we do. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Woo! Anthony, what's up? Thank you for the intro, brother. What do you guys think of our intro? Sorry for the technical difficulties. Definitely Anthony's fault, not mine. I'm not going back through the chat. I don't want to see what's happening. I don't want to see. Welcome back to the show, guys. And if it's your first time, this is a show where we break down film and TV. And currently we are doing Loki Season 2, Episode 3, 1893. I remembered all of that because I'm a fantastic host. Anthony, what's up? Are you excited to go?
Dude, I am. I'm so excited to hear what you thought of this episode. It was a weird week though. I literally just unboxed the Inner Joker after receiving it like a couple of weeks ago. And I received two left hands. So he has. Do you know the? Yeah. So the seamless arms. I just have two left ones. That kind of sucks. Goodness. My Joker looks like this.
Oh my goodness!
So I'll just see how that'll work.
Yeah, they should fix that. I'm fine. Yeah, they should fix that for you. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Damn. Unlucky. And look, I know it's been a big week for everybody. Let's see who's here in the chats. I want to know what everybody thinks about this episode because I'm riding the vibe and I don't know if everybody else is, so we'll see. But we've got you were in the chat first, like a champion, representing. Appreciate it. Helen's in the house. What's up, Helen? Channel member. It's still not showing on here, but Helen is day one. Helen, I'm going to complain to YouTube, those bastards, and I'm going to get them to fix it because
she's like a real 6-skill shooter now because she's skip bashing Yelena and
yes
now. So
yeah, look, that's a brave thing to do. I think that's epic. So she'll definitely share the progress on her channel. So go check out her channel, guys. We'll chuck that in the description later and show some love because you're documenting and that would be awesome, Helen, and as I'm sure you are. So Lukagi's in the house. What's up, brother? He's here early today. Yeah, it's super early, right? Butch, channel member. What's going on?
Oh, look at the avatar.
He's had a turn. I know he's had a turn. I want to know what Butch thinks about this episode because he is a big Loki fan, and I want to know what he thinks. Okay, the guys are chatting. Perfect. I'm sure there's no teasing of me in here, so I'm going to skip all of that. Where are we? Often's in the house. What's up, brother? User related. Damn it! I was about to welcome you, and then you attack me. God damn it! That's what we do. But thank you for all the great slides again, mate, because there were some good ones, and you captured one of the favorite ones I wanted. So you're a baller. Yep, skipping all the teasing of me, cancelling all that. Yep, just deleting that, scanning. Yep, lots of chats going on there. Fantastic. Let's get to it. Episode 3.
Skipping 80% of the chat.
Yeah, just skipping 80% of the chat. I don't need to see any of that. But guys, welcome back. I'm excited to talk this week. I feel a little underprepared, so bear with me. But I feel like I have a lot to talk about that episode, and I'm going to try my best to articulate some of the reasons why. I was actually vibing off it. If you don't know, I'm giving it a positive review. I know I'm a tough critic at times. I can be very tough.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm riding the vibe of the show. I'm a very tough crowd, hard to please. But I was vibing on that episode. I watched it again yesterday, Anthony, as I did a row. I just recently got myself a rower again. I'm getting back into rowing. It's one of my favorite workouts to do. And I rode the whole episode. I felt like I was going to die at points. But Loki drew me in and held my attention long enough for me to get, I think, 8.5 Ks in. So I was pretty happy with that. Not bad for a first row back. But yeah, I was loving it. And I was noticing things, again, more so than I did the first time around, which, again, made me love the episode more. And I'm finding that with this show, every time I rewatch the episode, I'm noticing more things and understanding the story and what they're trying to tell us a bit better. But I want to know what you think because I will drizzle my points in as we go. But what did you think from this episode? Are you feeling the same vibe as me, or am I just dreaming?
A bit. I liked it. No, I liked it. But when I watch content now, I also want to be able to think about the story and the characters, and I don't feel a lot happened for the story, but a lot happened to the characters. So
Mm,
that was pretty cool.
yeah, I think we got a lot of character development, and that's one of the things. And look, I really want to kind of break down Kang's performance. I'm just going to call him Kang, or Timely, Victor Timely, because he's made some interesting choices every time we've seen him. If we think about I think three times we've seen him so far in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Loki season one, and then this version.
Yeah,
He's definitely doing, I feel like, a good job at having different personalities with all of them, being very different,
yeah,
in that, like, each are very different from each other, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why they chose him as an actor. He seemed to be quite good at doing,
dude,
uh,
he is.
different personalities, right? Like, I
Yeah,
was buying his cadence, the way he was talking, just the way he looked at people. I just found his performance really entertaining.
yeah,
Uh, eh yeah, for real. Anyway,
yeah.
so
He's good. He's good.
let's get a picture up. And they stuck with him, didn't they? So far, so with everything else.
Yeah, I thought it
Butchers
was
with
clear of that.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it recently. The
Oh,
last I heard on, I think the John Campea show a while back was that it was looking like maybe that it was, yeah, gonna go his favor. So,
yeah.
I don't know what's happened since. But I'm glad you liked the Butch. Um, eh, where are we? Doesn't that mean often is in love with me? What?
You
Yes!
missed some. I think you missed something.
I missed something. Oh,
I'm getting Skeen and Ender vibes.
my
I know often. You're
no,
still
never.
the
Bro,
producer often for
y'all
the
don't want me to
skins.
go back to my screenshots with my phone, do you? Come on. You don't want that. Don't want that. I I generally use one of your pictures as the thumbnail picture now. I don't know if you've noticed. Before I used to do different things, but now I just use your thumbnails. Have for a while actually. Um, okay, so
Don't give me a body. So it's Miss Minutes now.
yeah.
AJ
AJ,
on a sick
what's up,
mission. What?
brother? Channel member. He's on another mission. Damn, he's a busy man.
Yeah,
Have fun, brother. Loving the display in the pictures. Yeah, you're putting through. Keep them coming.
yeah,
Keep them
yeah. He's
coming.
doing the Mythos line.
Yeah, that Darth Vader is epic. I thought that
Dude,
that one's a
yeah.
standout.
So the
That is a
Maul and the Zaj are cool, but the Vader takes
yeah,
the cake.
yeah. So good, so good. All right, well, let's get into it so I can fumble my way through why I was hyping up
Let's.
so much. So we kick off. It looks to me, and I want to know if you agree that we're picking up from right after where she left in season one.
Yeah,
She like literally steps through into, I think, I can't remember the exact year on this one, but it's 25 years before 1893. So whatever
yes,
that is.
it's
A year back.
1868.
Whatever that is. Come on. It's too early for that. Shit. That's what you're here for.
So I was kind of surprised that Miss Minute could appear here. I didn't know she
Okay.
could do that.
Hmm.
How about
Well,
you?
good point, because they can just make her go away by pushing a button on a tempad by the looks of it. So
Yeah.
um, it would make me think about her range or her ability to move around. I don't know, unless he who remains sent her there to wait. Because if we're
No,
thinking
no.
about it, if this is
It
right
seems
after
to be
those events,
fixed to the temp pads, right?
yeah. So who had the tempad that put her there?
Renslayer, because that's how they tracked her as well.
Yeah, but I thought they were meeting up here for the first time because, like, Renslayer comes through the door and she's already here, right? That was my
No,
thought,
I'm
that she
pretty
was
sure she
meeting her
popped
there.
up when Renslayer stepped in here. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone knows that more clearly, confirm. I've watched it twice. I still don't know. I thought my interpretation was she was meeting Miss Minutes there, and then Miss Minutes was coming out of the shed to grab her attention as she was walking through the street.
Yeah, that would
That's
be
what I
weird
thought.
though, because that would mean that she could go there by herself, but
Yeah.
a temp pad could also shut her down. That would be weird.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thought I had. And I didn't think too much more about it after that. So if anyone can confirm, let us know. But we find out the plan here, obviously. I like that they're following Renslayer here because I actually quite like her character. I think she's a
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
she just works well against. So I'm interested to see that this was a plan of He Who Remains to set. Victor Timely on a path. Now, I want to clear up here. So these branch timelines are growing again. They say in the show, right? Here, when she goes back, it's actually 18. Yeah, like you said, 1868. But it
Yeah,
said the sacred timeline.
yeah. So
When
this
she
means
goes
time is
20,
linear here.
yeah. So when she goes forward to the next to the next bit after he's had the book,
Hmm.
it says branched timeline. Is that because she's given him the book to change the course of time,
Yeah,
which creates a
yeah,
new
yeah.
timeline? Okay,
So
cool.
there's
Just want to make
still
sure of that.
so this sacred timeline is still the timeline um, where he doesn't get the book.
Hmm.
So as soon as you change something outside of TVA or uh, inside an actual universe, you branch
Hmm.
off another universe. So then you get
Hmm.
a branched off timeline. So
Yeah, and
there'll be
I thought that was clever.
yeah, so there'll be a Victor Timely who doesn't get a TVA book, and there'll be one who gets the TVA book. So
Yeah.
what's more interesting to me is that it kind of seems like they're kind of hinting that um, 1868 is where everything branches from. I mean,
Mm.
um, so 1893, that Victor Timely hasn't met anyone yet. So he's
Mm.
pretty. He looks a bit older than he's supposed to be, I think.
Yeah.
But he hasn't met anyone yet. He hasn't met Ravana yet. He's made it, so he doesn't know about his future yet.
Mm. Yeah. Before we, I have a point I want to make on that too. But before I do, I just wanted to say, what did you think? I thought it was a very cool transition when she changed her color tone to match
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
time
That
they're
was
in.
cool.
I thought that was very cool.
I think it was just a
But
hint for the viewer to show that they've changed everything to match the time.
yeah, and that becomes more apparent as the show goes on, which is probably one of my favorite things about this episode.
Yeah.
And I'll delve into. But I wanted to say about the book. To me, do you think that him getting the book, this version of him, would look at Ouroboros more as a peer or like as someone more above him, being that he's getting all the information from something that this
Yeah.
Ouroboros person that he doesn't know has written? I think that's a cool take on it too. Which means,
Yeah.
does Ouroboros have more to play? Is he who we think he is
Yeah.
in the
So
show?
like
Is he just
to him, Ouroboros is the source.
yeah?
Um, whilst I think we kind of get the feeling that Kang is the source, and Ouroboros just documented everything.
Hmm. Yeah, well, that's what I would think. That's what I would think. But I don't know. I don't know if they'll go that route of um, giving him more to do like that. I just thought it was interesting that this version of him would look up to him more so than
Yeah.
maybe the previous one
Yeah.
because of the situation. So I thought that was very clever. Then the boys come back to this same time, 18. So they go back. We catch to
Still in the
them,
boat.
and Ouroboros is telling him that everything's going to shit and it's all going to break. I thought it was quite not what I expected when they said all the timelines were growing back. I didn't expect that after
Hmm.
losing them all. I thought that was more devastating, and then it's kind of like, oh, it's all just coming back now. So does that mean all new multiverses are just growing again?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
because
assuming
if
it
they
means.
wouldn't, then the TVA shouldn't have to exist, right?
That's true. So they're just not pruning them. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what that. I'm an idiot. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
It's all the blows to the head, dude. So
It's all the
for
blows to the.
for everyone who doesn't know, um, I
You're a madman.
I'm kind of onto something because I noticed that I've never seen Volkanovski and uh, our Iron Logan at the same time or at the same space. So maybe they're the same person.
Oh my god. You're a madman. You're a madman. You're look, I've never been in a room with him. That's all I'm going to say. Never been. um, I also want to say, I want this suit for Loki. I think that is such an epic look with a hat like that. You give us like a velvet or what, like whatever that material is for that hat in Hot Toys form, and I'm gushing over a suit. But I thought that his look in this episode was very cool. Am I alone?
Yeah, but
Are you with
it's
me?
kind of like the Back to the Future look, right? Well, it's not, but it's kind of the same vibe. Well, it's a Western vibe, of course, but trash.
Often.
It's
How dare you?
trash. It's
How
President Loki,
dare
but
you,
just
bro?
with a bowler hat.
Right, but then they could give us a different expression.
Trash.
This is how late I am.
That's cool.
God damn it.
Okay, so the fun part about giving the TVA book is that Kang, or He Who Remains, wants to create Victor Timely into his image, right? Into
Mm-hmm.
the next He Who Remains. Because he already said in Loki series season 1, that everything will be cyclical and he's going to end up right there, um, whatever they do. But so he gives him the TVA book to become like him, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of what happens to um, Iron Lad, the sort of origin story. So you have like a gazillion Kangs, right? And the most
Mm-hmm.
important ones are, well, now is Victor Timely, but before it was Iron Lad, Ramatat, Immortus, um,
Mm-hmm.
and Kang the Conqueror. Um, and Kang the Conqueror gave hints or instructions to his young self. And his young self
Yeah.
decided that he didn't want to become him. And that's how you get Iron Lad.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the fun part because then you get into Moon Knight as well. Um,
Mm.
so I'm hoping they'll go there. I don't know if they will, but I'm kind of hoping.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know much about Iron Lad, so I'd be interested to see that get explained. I need to do some research on that. I think that'd be cool. Because I keep thinking of a Kang variant to have, like, I forget that his different names. I anticipate him to be called Kang all the time, but
Yeah.
he's called different things all the time, which is
Yeah.
what was confusing me. I'm liking uh, this part. This is the bit I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to ramble here for a second. 250 for a man in a suit. We need big ones. I don't know why I love the suits, bro.
We
I
need the
don't know
shadow,
why.
dude. I would love the shadow, the shadow Lokis though. Like Dusty Deadpool, but then the shadow Lokis.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Um, Look, I just want to touch on this. Is one of the main reasons why I'm, I guess, so excited about this episode. One of the things I really loved about it is I've been really enjoying the filming and just the color tone. We've talked about it a few times, but all the way they've been filming each episode, it really shows to me a lot of care has gone in from the people who made this and a lot of
Yeah.
forethought of how they were going to film things. And this scene here is one of those things that just really grabbed me in this episode. And it's pretty simple. They just walk, he opens up a time door around the corner, and the way the camera follows them around in the style that they have it all set up in, and they go through the door into the next area. I just, things like that, like, they didn't need to do that where they have him walk around the corner and the way the camera zooms in to follow him. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if go back and check it out, the way they just, some camera techniques and the way they film it, and it feels like a one seamless shot and then entering into 1893, just stuff like that they've done all
Yeah.
throughout this episode in this season, with the zoom ins and zoom outs, the Steven Soderbergh angles, I like to call them, as they do. It's just very forethought way of filming and displaying the show. And that for me is such a big thing. I love the way it's presented, not just what the story is, but things they don't need to do with cameras
Yeah.
or the way you view it. These guys do it, and I'm just loving it. Absolutely love it. So I wanted to just gush about that for a minute. Did anybody else in the chat notice anything like that? Have been picking up on that, the way they've been just changing up camera angles and the way they film things or transitions they do? A lot of one shots, like when they chase the guy through the streets, that's all one shot. And when they're hiding in the box, Victor Timely and that are hiding in the box, that's all one shot. When you follow Loki running through the streets, comes around, they stand there, they talk, they walk off, all in one shot. And then
Yeah.
those
It's not
guys are in the box.
extraction level one shot though.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think anything, man, I don't know if anything could do any like that. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Anyway, let me know in the chat if any of you guys noticed anything like that. But we get to 1893. There's a branch timeline now. I loved this whole part of the show. Oh, and I think what's the next slide? So they're looking for him, and we get back to the Owen Wilson and Loki walking through the streets. The thing I love, them bantering off each other, the buddy cop duo walking and talking, figuring things out. I'm eating all that up. What did you feel about this whole, like, finding him and the newspaper and all that type of stuff? Are you loving the buddy cop stuff with it,
Yeah, I liked it. I
or is that
liked it.
neither here nor there?
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I just love the chemistry and
Yeah.
Renslayer's chemistry as well.
Yeah, definitely. definitely. They find so they're walking through the streets and they hear the ghost clock, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Ghost clock that's been seen in the area, and then they see Victor Tumley's temporal marvels, um, which leads them to where are we? This bit I thought was quite good, and I did watch a show that explained a bit more about what we're seeing here. Do you know much about Boulder the Brave or whatever? Because he's from the comics.
Oh no, 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 no. I just know Boulder. You know Boulder, but not the one in any comic.
And I just wondered. I was wondering why he was there when I was watching it the first time, and I think what was it? I think it was Heavy Spoilers I watched, and
Hmm.
he went into this whole deep dive of maybe why the character would be here in the show, and he's talking about bloody how Daniel Craig was possibly going to be Balder the Brave in Doctor Strange
Oh.
Multiverse of Madness, but didn't
Hmm.
get to, and they brought John Krasinski in as Reed Richards instead to replace Daniel
Hmm.
Craig.
See, I didn't know that.
Um, yeah, he played an interview with a guy asking Daniel Craig in an interview about it, and he was being very like, "I don't know what you're talking about," type um, like attitude towards it. So then he tried to make the connection that that could have something to do with why this was going to be in this. But
Hmm.
I kind of just looked at it more of as a way of like just slighting Loki. It's he's
Yeah,
hard
and
done by in
yeah.
that sense.
So, but I was kind of thinking about that, but maybe it's even deeper than that. Maybe it actually means that in this branch timeline, Loki doesn't exist as
Oh
Loki,
shit!
but maybe
Yeah,
as he who
maybe.
remains, right?
Oh yeah, it could be
That
because
was how I was thinking.
he
Yeah,
he seems like he's going to be the leader.
yeah,
I feel like his purpose is now to manage the TVA. That's what it feels like. And
yeah.
knowing that he did that in the comics makes me think that even more. Because you could just keep his series going and have different,
Yes,
different like adventures. I mean, the way it's going, I would buy into it. At least for a
yeah,
couple more seasons, at least. At least you could
yeah.
explore
So
some
and then
stories there.
then these people wouldn't know about Loki, and it could just be Balder.
That actually makes sense. What do you guys in the chat think of that? Do you think that hits? I think that hits. And how do you not like that suit? Look at that suit and hat. God damn it.
It looks
Give me
like the
that
Riddler.
tailoring.
It looks like the Riddler.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Kit bash. There are Riddlers out there. You got with the hat like that. You get kit bash. I thought that was a cool. I just love touches like that. So then they go look for Victor Timely and they find him in here, and we see this whole presentation. And this is a long presentation. They
Yeah.
give him a lot of time to just really get into the character. What did you think about that? This whole pardon
Um.
me, sorry, this whole explanation.
Yeah, it fit. It made the episode a bit of a slow burn, maybe.
Hmm.
Um. But watching it again, it kind of fit the episode because it's like 50 minutes, right? A whole episode, so they
Yeah,
have
it was a long
a bit of
episode.
time. Tommy Shelby.
Yeah, I think that works. The Kogi, I definitely think. Um, I showed this one before, but I didn't say it. Iron Ladders, Iron Lincoln Son. That works.
That
Don't
works.
let ISB hear that. Don't let ISB hear that. She'll come for you.
I have
She's
leveled up.
like, she's like, no, me. um, yeah, look, this scene, and I'm interested. I thought this did feel like a slow burn scene for sure, and it just felt like they were giving time to build his character, maybe. And
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, I like the part that he's a charlatan, basically, he's a
yeah,
trickster, a hustler, using which already shows that he's not necessarily a good person at heart, right?
yeah,
Um, which means with all this power, he would be someone who could turn into definitely a villain again. That's the impression I get, making
yeah.
him a trickster. Generally, not a good guy if you're tricking people.
But
Even
then
though,
again,
even with that, he was very
if Loki
likable.
can change, he can change as well.
Exactly, he can, which does come up to play a little bit later on.
Yeah, because
But the big
you you kind of have to
sorry, you go.
think why. Okay, so at my first viewing, I thought, why did He Who Remains choose him to be
Hmm.
his successor from out of all of the other kings? But I think this is the first time that there is one being chosen. I mean, I think this is the first time that there's a branch timeline for Victor Timely. So looking at it
Mm,
second time, I think he wasn't chosen to do it. It's just that um, he remains wanted to give his previous self the book in the sacred timeline.
yeah,
Um, so it's not his character per se that's specific for the title of He Remains.
yeah. I like that. I like that that was part of his plan to set up like that. Just shows he had more thought about what he was doing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, why would he do it? Because in that finale episode, the way he was talking didn't make me think that like it made me think that he wasn't someone anymore who was thinking about that. But obviously he was. But why would
Yeah,
he want
well,
to do
so
that?
he knows that um, if it's not him, or if it's not a good He Who Remains, then a Kang will arise, and he just wants to stop that. But he's too bored with being He Who Remains, so he doesn't want to do the
Yeah.
job anymore. But he needs someone
Yeah,
else to do it,
definitely.
and maybe it could have been Loki and Sylvie, but it chose not to. So his backup
Mm,
plan is just get another one of him. But he didn't know
mm,
that it wouldn't turn out the same.
yeah. I think that's a very plausible way to look at it. I agree. I definitely agree. Francisco says they make him look harmless, but at the same time dishonest. 100%. And thanks for being here, brother.
Yeah,
I completely
welcome.
agree. I completely agree. They did a
Well,
good job of
he
making
kind
him.
of looks like he's on the spectrum. So they
Yes.
kind of made He Who Remains like a kid. Victor Timely feels like he's on the spectrum, and then you
Hmm.
have the Kang the Conqueror you see in Quantumania, and he feels like a tyrant.
Yeah, definitely. With this whole sequence, from him doing the presentation and then setting up the bidding, it was very clever, watching how he set that up.
Yeah,
And when I watched it again, I was like, like this whole thing was a ruse from the get go, and the way he got them to bid higher and get the money and do a runner, and it was
yeah,
very well done. I quite like that. Made me enjoy this scene a hell of a lot more. But again, for me, I'm a sucker for this time, like this time in film and stuff. I find it, I quite like it, this era, and them doing that with the filming style and the way the music plays throughout the chase scenes and the way they
yeah,
talk, and it's quite. I found it quite charming. But you see him pay off that guy who was part of it.
yeah.
Um, and one of my favorite scenes. Of course, you knew this was going to be one of my favorite scenes. This is again what this season is doing is it's. I feel like it's really giving us. I just love everything they're doing for Loki. The way we're getting him to see him use his powers,
Yeah.
and still be, a bit devious. Like, of course, he would do that to someone. This guy's like that. Step outside. And he's just like douche. Like, I just absolutely love that scene. And then when they
Yeah.
walk outside, you see him locked up in the cage. Because at first I thought, did he kill him? Like, where did he go? And the way Owen Wilson's just like the amazing Loki. Like, they're
He'll
just,
be here all week. Yeah,
oh man, like it's just so good. Like, I really think they're onto something with this duo and this show, and just
yeah.
such a credit to them. I want to see more of this, like Loki just using his skills, using his powers, them kicking ass, taking names. It was so cool. Um, What did you guys think? Let us know in the chat for that, because then we get into this big chase scene. I've skipped ahead a bit here because we again often sends through so many great pictures. It's so hard to pick what to use. But then Sylvie comes in and they battle. Um, in this whole sequence, I really liked how they got them on the carousel to go around like that and be trapped into that situation. What did you think about that whole sequence with Sylvie? This conversation of them back and forth, basically like they did at the end of the first season, which I thought was quite cool how they did that.
Yeah, I was. To be honest, I like Owen Wilson, um, and Tom Hiddleston, and Jonathan Majors, and Ravonna Ramslayer's chemistry so much that I was kind of bummed that Sylvie also came in the mix. I didn't need
Hmm.
her. She's good for the story, yeah, but I really didn't need her in this episode.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
yeah, she kind of disrupted the flow for me, but yeah, it serves the
Which is
story.
literally what her character did, though. Like she
Yeah,
was always getting in the way of their plans.
yeah, true.
It's what it feels like at the moment. She's getting in the way
Yeah, but
of.
it felt a bit old, right? With her vengeance to kill every
Hmm.
Aryan.
Yeah,
She's
she
the one
did
that
say
fucked
that
up.
though. She is the one that fucked up. But that's why vengeance will consume you like that. She was so vengeful
Yeah.
um,
And at
that
this
she was
point, I
willing to
thought,
do it.
Loki, just blast her. Just blast her. Ever done
Yeah,
this? She's too stubborn. And then she turned.
yeah,
And then she said, okay, have him. Don't make me
hmm
regret it.
yeah. Which I thought would be interesting to see where that goes because she did tell him earlier, I think in episode 1, that he says, "What are you going to do?" And she's like, "I'll kill all of them." So she was sticking true to what she said she would do with him if
Yeah,
another one
but
came in.
it's getting old.
Yeah, it didn't last
For
long.
me. For me, it did.
Yeah. Do you think that she'll go back to that, or it'll be a bit different now? Do you think that they're going to move on from that?
Yeah, so I think we'll see what happens, and then she'll turn into General Dogs.
Mm.
It'll make
He's
sense.
still rocking that.
Old
It
Sylvie,
could be.
yeah.
Yeah. Loki, Spider-Man, point bows. Oh yeah. Agree. Loki and Mobius duo is great. Hope Hot Toys can make a Mobius this time around.
And
That would be
they were
cool.
waiting for the jet ski to add like deluxe, I think.
That would be so cool. Man, if they just I would buy it just for the fact that they did it. If they did a jet ski like deluxe, even if it's
It
even if
won't,
it's
but
part of the
it would be
dio,
cool.
even it's like half a jet ski in water or whatever, like a dio
Mhm.
base that you could sit him on, I'd freaking do it. I'd get it.
Or half pruned people, just like we had like a disintegrated arm for Winter Soldier in Infinity
Yeah,
War. We can get half pruned people, half pruned Loki,
that
half
would be
pruned
cool.
Sylvie.
Please, can we have Mobius meet Carlson? Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So far, Sylvie's been wasted. Well, she hasn't had as a predominant
Trash.
role yet. Trash.
Just
Jazz
in
Inc.
for the
for the
jet
jet ski.
ski. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so then they come out, they blast each other, they get distracted. Miss Minutes steps up and goes big ghost clock on everybody, which I thought
Yeah.
was fun. I thought that
Yeah,
was
it
pretty
was.
cool.
It was.
That
And
was
pretty
pretty cool.
powerful.
Yeah, like the fact I didn't know she could do that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. We all
Um,
don't know what she could do, and we didn't know what she was, but we know a bit more now after this episode.
well, that's what I wanted to kind of touch on now, right? So this is where the episode kind of changes direction, and I
Yeah.
like that it changed direction like that. I did not expect any of what happens from here on out to happen at
No, me
all,
neither. Me neither.
right? Like
Yeah.
that was such a interesting way to take it. Like it definitely hit me out of left field. Let us
Yeah.
know in
So
the chat, guys,
I
if you
thought
thought that.
she was going to be Kang's consciousness or something, or program,
Mm,
to guide Renslayer, to guide himself to become He Who Remains. But
mm,
her being a sentient AI, that's a cool take.
mm. Definitely unexpected. And when they talk about, or she talks about how um, he let her write her own code, and it's an interesting take because of what's happening in real life now with everybody talking about what AI is or what it can be and what it
Yeah.
can do, and Chat GPT and all that. What could AI do? This is their take, obviously, and what's going on. Um, I just didn't expect it. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it again, I'm trying to understand because I feel like Miss Minutes set Renslayer up early on to fail with him. I think
Yeah.
she knew that and he says it when he's getting out
Yeah.
when he's
Yeah.
bidding
Yeah.
with the guys. He goes, "I don't do partners," and I think Miss Minutes knows that about. Maybe that's an internal core thing within who maybe
Oh,
all the
definitely. And we'll know. We'll
Kang
get to know
variants
more
are.
about that. We'll get to know about more about that. But maybe it's just written in the book. I don't know. But as soon
Mm,
as Renslayer says partner, you see Miss Minute
hmm
laugh on the boat.
Yeah,
You see her
yeah,
laugh like, we got it now.
yeah,
Gotcha,
right.
bitch. It's a,
Yeah.
it's like we needed the David Chappelle skit. The one with the, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. And she set that up earlier though, because she says to Renslayer earlier in the episode, before
Yeah.
they meet up with him, um, that you would be side by side with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that made her and you see Renslayer like, I can be side by side with him. So then obviously she's trying to make the play that like I'll be your woman. And I feel like Miss Minutes set her up. I really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think
I
they
think
set her
she's an
up?
ISB agent as well.
I think she's
Got him.
definitely an ISP agent. She definitely got her. I definitely feel like she set her up for sure. Which was
Yeah.
again, what the hell were they doing? Like this was all out of left field. The way they went about it. Um,
Yeah.
and well, they're here, I think, on the ship. So they give him the backstory. Again, we get a lot of story. Him getting explained what's happening is also again telling us the audience, just confirming with us what's happening and where they want to go. Or what the objective is of these characters,
Yeah.
which I quite liked as well. We
Oh,
get to
and so
learn
the fun
again.
thing is, I think um, Miss Minute needed Renslayer to do two things. One, to give Victor Town the tempad, because I
Hmm.
think she can't exist outside where the tempads are, but also to carry the book, the TVA book, and she couldn't do that
Hmm.
herself, of course. So,
Yeah,
but Renslayer has done those two things now, so job fulfilled.
yeah. So I thought, I hope they expand more on that. That she's more self-serving like that,
Yeah.
wanting to get back with him.
And the
The way
Loki
this,
set, the Hot Toys Loki set, TVA Loki is so much cooler now. It was already cool,
yeah,
but now
yeah,
having two Miss Minutes is even cooler.
yeah, it's so cool. um, I like this whole sequence of them on the boat in that moment. You think they're getting close, and then she screws it up by saying partnership. I thought that
Yeah,
was just really cool. And the fact that Miss Minutes was happy about it was very clever.
yeah.
Um, then she gets dropped into the water again, which was just stone cold. And Miss Minutes was loving it. She's like, "Bye, see ya." We'll see what Francisco's saying. Not sure if she set her up because she was jealous while they were talking, but
True.
probably she gave the idea to Timely to betray Ravona when she saw how he reacted to Ravona's words.
Could
I,
be, because she held his hands and she was saying
mm-hmm,
that's why you need me. And
mm-hmm,
she was looking jealous, but I
mm,
kind of like the idea of her setting up from the get-go.
yeah, and actually, even when you go back to, I think it was this scene, when she
Hmm.
sits down, she comes and steps on her and pushes her back. If you notice,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
in the frozen chair, and then Miss Minutes
yeah.
comes and cock blocks her. Basically, cock blocks her, comes and sits on her and pushes her back.
So
And I
jealous.
thought
Yeah.
that she was very jealous. I don't know. I got the impression that she set her up at the start just by how she said that you'll be by his side together, blah blah blah,
I
and
think
then
she's
you
commandeering
could
your
see her
mic.
getting jealous as she was making advances. She's compromising it.
She's commandeering your
God damn
mic.
it! God damn it! I'm moving too much. She clock blocks. Oh god
Clock
damn it!
blocked
If
her.
I was smart enough, I could have thought about that. God damn it!
That's epic, dude.
Nice one, Elfin. That's epic. That is epic.
Clock
Well,
blocks
we
her.
could do the rating this week at a clock blocks. 4 out of 5
Dude,
clock
you should make
blocks.
a meme. You should make a meme and post it. It's a good one, often. That's
That is
awesome.
a good one, brother. That
Clock
is a good
blocker.
one. Oh shit. Where were we? So then we get to here. Now, is this? He says this is his prized possession. I'm forgetting. Is this got something to do with what Kang had in Ant-Man and the Wasp, or is it like a
I don't
prototype
know.
like that,
Dude, I don't know what that is.
or is it what? Is it like the thing he had at the end of season one that would manipulate, and he used it to? It's like a tempad, but
Dude, I
Ultron
really don't
brain,
know what that is. Ultron brain. Nah.
and the mic is a pro.
Prototype.
The mic is a prototype. It definitely is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, he said prized possession, so he just wants Ultron back.
Just
He'll come
once.
back.
Yeah, so
Secret Wars
anything
can
can
come
come
back.
back now. So
Yeah.
RDJ can come back. Any Avengers can come
Hmm.
back.
Yep.
Because we can see Kang in all of it. We go back all the way to Egypt with Ramatat. So
Hmm.
everything from then till now and into the 30th century and 40th century, it's all game now.
Mm. I mean, it'd be interesting to see where they're going to go
Yeah.
with the rest of this multiverse and how they're going to conclude it. I think they're saying that Kevin Feige's hinted at a soft reboot after Secret Wars, which makes sense. If they
A
soft do
soft
it, maybe
reboot.
bring in different. Yeah, like I don't know what
Yeah,
that
Secret Wars
means.
is like
I
a
say it
reboot,
makes sense,
right?
and I say I
So
don't know what it means. Yeah, where you maybe use the timelines to bring in. I don't see. They're too old to come back now. Robert
so
Downey's.
anything could happen. They could just say that a character from another universe is replacing another character in 616, and you're done.
Mm,
And they could do it with any character.
yeah, they can. They could do it with Black Panther. I thought that's something that they might do,
Hmm.
or that they
Could
didn't
be.
through that they didn't do for the film. But now I think they've set up his son. So hang on,
Tom
sorry, I didn't
Cruise
read what
Tony, yeah.
Francisco
I
said.
think it'll happen. It'll happen. Tom
Yeah,
Cruise Tony.
it could be a prototype of the thing Kang needed to repair. That's okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm trying to remember what that was. I need to go back and check that. I think
But
you're
I'm
right,
also kind of
Francisco.
thinking, look, the weird thing is that he thinks that Ravana Renslayer is going to be very impressed with his freezer chair and all his
Mm,
other things that are
yeah,
old. And so how could he fabricate anything? It seems useful, right? But what would it be? I don't
yeah.
know.
It looked like it changed shape, like it opened up and then closed up at the top
Yeah, I
when he
couldn't
was
see.
moving it around.
Couldn't see.
Um, so it will be interesting to see. His hideout's pretty interesting too. All the mannequins and everything. Had a very interesting vibe to it. Like, why
Mm.
has he got all these mannequins?
Yeah, to
It's a little
test his
strange.
trousers and other gadgets, right?
Yeah,
Gizmos.
his gizmos. Either way, I feel like we got a lot of information about what this version of him is like.
Yeah,
And you can see why they couldn't cut this character out of the show.
yeah.
Thank goodness they didn't go down that route because he's a big part of
Seriously.
the episode. He's so good as this character.
It could
Yeah,
even be because of the Deb Hurd trials that he wasn't cut. That
yeah,
they've
maybe.
learned the lessons with that trial and you know
Mm,
case. So they thought, let's write this out, and he seems innocent, so let's go.
yeah. Well, I mean, I could consider him extremely lucky because generally those big companies won't do that. Especially you'd think someone like Disney to stick by someone when you've got,
Yeah,
um, maybe they went to them early and he had proof early that they couldn't bring out because that stuff takes forever to come out.
yeah. But
Again, I don't know where it's at.
I think also after the Deb case, it's going to be harder to just drop someone because of that.
Mm, yeah, madness. Well, I'm just glad his character's in the show because the
Yeah,
character is pretty cool. This is where Miss Minutes goes full on Glenn Close in
Psycho. Yeah,
Psycho, right? What the
yeah.
hell? Um, what did you guys think in the chat of this? Did you think this was an interesting way that it went? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? I think it's definitely interesting and not what I expected. And I kind of like that it wasn't what I expected. It changes the dynamic, I think.
Yeah,
Is
and I
she going
like
to be a
the
woman
fact that she
scorned
got
in a
more of a
sense?
face
She got more
because
of a face, yeah.
I can see it happening. Him
Mm,
giving her a body. Because why else would you have the mannequin? Why else would they show all the mannequins, right?
mm, yeah. I don't know, but then he got scared, obviously, and then put her away in the temp pad. Because the way the episodes end, she's not any closer than getting back with him at all.
True, true.
She could have built a body like Ultron, of
Okay,
course.
so my Scotty is John's Deadpool is your Ultron.
Yeah. Helen says, "Yeah, I don't know how I felt about Miss Minutes being in love with Kang thing. I'm waiting to see how it plays out. Yeah, it's definitely out of left field, and obviously it might have something to play down the road. I
Yeah, and
feel
I like
like.
the fact that um, when they said in The Last of Us, when they said that love makes you do the most beautiful and most horrible things. So
Mm,
it's a good motivator for Miss Minutes to be like the cruelest clock ever. Justice for
yeah,
AI.
just as for AI.
Skynet. Justice for Skynet.
Because I mean, who's to say that when something becomes aware of it, like that's what AI is, right? It's aware or it's
Yeah,
conscious that it wouldn't get those.
feelings. Yeah, sure.
You think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess. Talia, what's up? Thanks for being here. She says she's
Welcome.
very creepy in that moment. She very creepy,
She
right? She became very creepy,
is.
and he got
And I didn't
scared.
expect it. I really didn't expect it.
Yeah. This episode, this is a bit of a stretch. I'm just putting it out there. But this episode reminds me a little bit, very little bit, of for
Here
the
it comes.
first time I
Wait
watched.
for it.
The first time I watched From Dusk Till Dawn, where it's this one movie and then it turns into this completely other
Oh, like
thing
that.
halfway through. This kind of
And
felt like
creepy.
that.
It's
Right? It
creepy
just
level, huh? Yeah.
it just went a different way.
Dude.
Uh, and then Loki and that are gone. And I didn't even miss them until they came back, which I thought was good that they gave us that
Yeah.
extra
To be
time
honest,
with
she
these
is
characters.
as creepy as Quentin Tarantino's character from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, it was just a very different turn that leads to this because it almost felt like to get to this point where Ravona comes back, you kind of didn't need that whole part of Miss Minutes. Like you didn't need any of the Miss Minutes being in love with him in that scene before Ravona coming back,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
did because of what Miss Minutes did and why I felt like she set her up to. She's used her now to get him the book and get her there, and she doesn't need her anymore. And it was her way of getting rid of Ravona so she could have him all to herself. Because she asked him, she's like, "I was worried that you would like Ravona more than
Yeah.
me."
Yeah.
Which makes me think, let's put it out there, could Miss Minutes be a bigger villain for the rest of the season with Ravona maybe? Maybe they become the main villains that we deal with at the end of the episode. Maybe something happens with Victor, but maybe the main person they fight is Miss Minutes. Could they go that way?
Could be.
Like,
But rest
are they
in
going to defeat
suspense.
this Kang? Are they going to get rid of him? I don't see him dying or getting rid of in this episode because
No.
we've seen the other Kang, you know, lose pretty easily,
Yeah.
if you ask me. To see him lose easily again wouldn't make sense. So I feel like something's going to happen. He'll still be around, but we need a villain to fight. Could it be Miss
Yeah.
Minutes
But
and
they
Ravona?
could make like a gazillion gangs, right? And then the Council of Gangs, and then
Yeah.
on so
Do you think
forth.
they'll
So
go into that though?
yeah,
Maybe,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
So I actually I thought the mannequins
I shall come back to this.
um were like a prelude to the Council of Gangs, just like a little
Mm,
Easter egg. That's what I thought, because they were
yeah.
like clocks, because that would give us time, and then you see all the
Hmm.
mannequins, which would give us like the Council of Gangs. So this felt like
Yep.
a little nod.
Yeah. And look, I wouldn't put it past their set design because
Yeah,
they're killing it with the way this show comes across.
yeah.
Quentin having alcohol from Sam Hayek's feet. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was even the creepiest. The creepiest was Quentin looking at Juliette Lewis and him
Yeah.
picturing her saying all kinds of stuff to him that she actually really didn't. He just
Yes.
wanted her. Yeah,
That's
that
an
was creepy.
interest. I mean, that when I first watched that movie, back then I wasn't watching trailers and everything. Like we just got it from the video store. That was an experience watching that for the first time.
Yeah,
It was insane. Bloody hell. But Ravona comes back. Woman's gone. She's there to kick ass and take
broomstick
names. I love
prototype.
this weapon. I love it. I actually thought that was epic. It looked
What
epic
happened to her
too.
broomstick? She brought one, right? I think she had one in her suitcase.
She did. She did. Good point. That was at the
Hmm.
start though, in
Probably at the
wherever
boat.
she was.
It's in the
Yeah.
boat.
Maybe it's in the boat. We'll explain that for her. But then we have a little showdown. Obviously, the boys come back, and this is the last we see of
The
them since
boys.
the boys come back. That's what they are. The boys.
The boys. The
The
boys are
boys
back in
come back.
town.
The boys are back in town. Dynamic duo. They better make a freaking. They better make this character Hot Toys. To have these guys dynamic duo buddy cop pose session would be epic. Um, But they come back. This is after they lost them in the streets, where they have the handheld camera chase through the streets, and it's all that one shot. Again,
Mm.
another epic scene. Often, really, you're a dick.
Trash. Trash figure.
How dare you? How dare you? But they come. So we haven't seen them since there. So they come in. I'm trying to think about how they found them. I'm trying to remember how they might have found them. It didn't make sense to me how they found them, but they found them.
I don't know anymore.
They come busting in. Yeah,
Francisco
Francisco.
asked the same
Great
thing.
minds, great
I
minds
don't
think
know
alike,
anymore.
brother. Yeah, I don't know how they found him. Unless they tracked a tempad there again, who knows? They don't explain it either way, but they find
No,
them.
but there is
But
communication with the TVA, so could be.
yeah, maybe. Um, then Sylvie comes back because then Sylvie finds them. So obviously there's something going on for them to be able to all find each other here. this is where she lets him go. Again, I love this shot of her looking down on him, very menacing, very cool. And then she lets him go. Which now she said to Loki earlier in the episode about taking this guy to the TVA would be a big problem. Do you think that
Yeah.
that's going to be a ramification that comes from that? Like,
Well,
which
that's
decision is
that's
the
like
best
we
decision
don't
to
know
make?
yet. We don't know if he's going to be the one um, who remains, he who remains, or if he's going to become Kang. But what we do know since
Mm,
Spider Verse is that some events just need to happen. So maybe they're
mm.
just fighting the inevitable.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That's but do you think she's thinking that? Like, I wonder do you I thought she
Well,
changed her
she
mind
she
because he said he could change, or you don't know the
yeah
heart
yeah
beating. I
yeah.
love
I
that
think so
line
as
too. That
well.
was really good.
So Loki told her that, or maybe he who remains told her that variants will come and they'll become
Mhm.
Kang, so he needs to be stopped. And she just thinks he's Kang, he needs to be stopped.
Mm, I think so. What do you guys think in the chat? John, you got a bit of rubbish in front of your face. How dare
It's
you? This is a
it's a cool
fantastic.
figure. It's a
Come
cool
on,
figure.
Oven. How dare you? I don't think they traced the tempad because missed minutes. Hmm. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know how they did it. They need Timely's temporal signature. I think he will unlock something in OB.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
what they think. Well, what they
Mm,
said is the one who created this, but they really don't know if it's him.
mm,
It's probably going to be, but when they said it, I thought maybe it was going to be Loki, or that it ended up
mm.
being Loki or something. But no,
I, I
I
feel
think you're
like it'll
right.
be
I think it's
Loki.
going to be. I don't. I think it's going to be Victor Timely, but I would think it would be cool if it ended up being Loki.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be awesome to have Loki running the TVA. My thing is the way Victor Timely is, I feel like he's going to blend really well with Obi. I feel like they're going to, like, that could be dangerous. That'd be
Hmm.
super productive getting shit done together, which with his not wanting to work with anybody mentality and trickster mentality he definitely has the potential to be more villainous than good, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Uh,
A heel
might
turn,
do
yeah.
a heel turn. Oh shit, Often's turning into a heel. He is. I don't think Loki and Mobius traced the tempad because Miss Minutes didn't want to use the tempad door to go because of that. Interesting.
Hmm.
So maybe they're just running
That
around and
could
then
be. Yeah, they probably run around because they already said that we're going to get some hints and then we'll
mm,
find them. So maybe that they were setting that up as well. I don't know.
plot twist.
It
OB
was
is Reed Richards.
convenient. It was convenient.
Yeah,
It's
it
Reed
was
Richards,
convenient.
yeah.
I need to check that out again now. I haven't seen any. When I watched Heavy Spoilers, he didn't talk about it either, actually, about how they found them.
About what?
Good points.
Oh, how they
And
found
just
them.
about how they found them, yeah, it could be bad writing. Uh, then we get to the end. So, Sylvie, what did you think of this? I thought this was a perfect way to punish her, but I feel like it's going to come back to bite her in the
Yeah, I
ass.
feel it's a stupid way to punish it. This is like a classic MacGyver or James Bond villain type action, locking someone up and giving them enough material to get out of there and just overpowering
Right?
them. This felt so dumb.
I felt like she wanted to punish her. She hates her that much. And they have that history. I still go back to the first season when she's like, "You took my whole life away from me," and then she's in the back of the elevator and she's like, "I don't even remember." I thought that was one of the coldest lines from anyone ever. Someone's like just told you ruined their whole life, and you're like, "I don't remember."
Yeah, so but they are setting up Ravana's history because we don't know about her history and her history is being rewritten. Um,
Mm,
so we don't know which version of Ravana this will be.
mm,
There was a version in the Loki series that was a teacher. Is it her? There was a version in the comics that was a Moon Knight. There was a
mhm.
version that just met young Kang. There are a lot of versions. But ultimately, um, she is destined to not be Kang's lover,
Yeah,
or that Kang loses her. So
yeah.
when Miss Minute said, "I have a secret and it's going to make you very angry," we don't know what the secret is yet, but we do know that
Mm,
her motive is free will. So probably Kang took that away from her, which also made sense because it happened before. So I think the big secret is going to be that Kang um, either took her free will or her
Hmm.
memory. And we already know that
Hmm.
her memory was taken, so I don't see that as a surprise. So I think it's going to be
Yeah.
free will.
It could be free will because in that first episode, you heard him talking with Ravonna, which she obviously doesn't sound like she remembered because he said in that
Yeah,
message to her, partners, right? He said, yeah,
yeah.
we're partners. And then he obviously wiped her mind. Well, that makes more sense now, knowing that he's someone who doesn't like having a partner. Very
Well,
clever.
so what I'm kind of thinking that um, one of the events that needs to happen is that Kang needs to lose um, Ravana. So I
Mm.
think that happened after the first cycle of the TVA because we've seen a couple of cycles, and after every cycle, he wipes everyone's mind.
Hmm.
Um, and I think in the first cycle, he wanted Ravana to be his partner. He lost her, and maybe he wrote in the book to Victor Timely to not take any partners on. Or
Mm.
maybe it's like a trait of Victor Timely himself, but maybe he just wrote it in the book because he got hurt.
Maybe it could be. Maybe yeah. Don't take any partners on because I got hurt. Oh, I wonder if they'll explore that route. Because I could see if
Little
they
bit.
are, that kind of makes sense that they're making Miss Minutes want to be with him because I could see while she's now with Ravonna, they could end up battling each other at the end or
Yeah,
something. She may try
yeah.
and she may be the one who takes Ravonna out, maybe
Hmm.
potentially. It'd be very cool to see if they go that way. Francisco says, I wonder how they'll use Victor next. Maybe he wants to remain at the TVA, but they don't let him do that. Placing him in the villain path could
Hmm.
be an option. A cool way to punish her, but I guess I was expecting an answer to Sylvie's Nexus event since the scene was in that was
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
previously. Yeah. Do you think maybe they're just showing their history together?
yeah. Maybe.
Maybe that's why they put it
No,
in
no.
there.
I think they will show what the Nexus event was.
I think so.
Yeah,
And Sylvie, I mean, Sylvie could be the one that finally, eventually takes her out. Maybe. Um, oops.
yeah,
Then Helen says, "Me too. I thought Sylvia was going to try again for the
yeah.
Nexus event info. Yeah, I feel like she's trying to move on now, though. Do you
No,
think?
no,
I
no.
feel like
Sylvie
she's
doesn't move on.
does Miss Minutes live in a tempad? I think.
I think she lives in the whole network.
Hmm.
I mean, I think she could go to anywhere in the network.
See, when he turns her off, when she's running at him, she's
Yeah,
saying, I love you. She didn't
yeah,
finish saying, I love you. It's like she stops, though, because when
yeah,
she opens her up here, she finishes that thought.
yeah.
So it's like
It's
she
like you
gets
have
just
like a floating workspace nowadays, right? So if you're at work, you can log into a computer and just log in somewhere else, and you just
the same
you,
exact spot.
yeah, same as spot and same as
Mm,
desktop. I think it's the same over there. I think
mm,
she'll appear wherever you load her up.
yeah, that makes sense. If she does, then she can just tempad out of there.
Yeah, but only if someone does
Interesting.
it.
Right? Well, no,
Yeah,
so hang on. Hang on. I think he's onto something. So she can only come out through a tempad, which means they have to have a tempad, which means they should just be able to leave.
no,
Right? Good point, often.
right, right.
Because unless the tempad is left back where they were, she wasn't
Unless she
necessarily
doesn't.
holding the tempad.
Yeah,
I don't think she was holding the tempad.
unless she doesn't. She can go wherever she pleases. So maybe she was already there.
Mm.
And a temp pad can just override her or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Mm.
It's
Well,
weird.
actually, in the first season, she met them in this at the front of the house when Loki and Sylvie came there to kill Kang. She was
Yeah,
waiting there for them,
yeah.
and there would have been no tempad thing there. So maybe I'm thinking maybe a tempad can switch her off. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Well, she came there to meet, but that was like one big temp pad, right? Because it was Kang's residence.
Mm. Who knows? Good point, often. And is there a plot hole there? Because if she's only controlled by a tempad, Ravonna would have to have one to have her there.
Yeah,
But I don't remember her having it at the end.
yeah.
Hmm. Maybe she does. Maybe Sylvie didn't know she has the temp, and maybe they leave straight away. They're not saying that, so maybe they do just leave straight away. They might not stay there. You know what I mean? Sylvie, if she didn't know she had the temp pad,
Yeah, I need
maybe
to
they're just
rewatch it
like,
because she came out right now when she said "I love you." I don't know how
hmm,
she came out. If Ravana does something, or if she just.
has a
We'll
roaming
need to check
profile.
that.
Yeah, I need to check that.
Yeah,
Did she open the temp pad and she busted out of the temp pad? That's what I felt like.
maybe.
But again, that's fine if at the start of the next episode, Ravona just goes like they search around here and then they just leave because she's got the temp pad. But if they're stuck there without a temp pad, then I need to
Yeah.
definitely double check whether she had it there. Interesting point.
Hmm.
Yeah. Either way, this is the last slide. So, what I wanted to say was, either way, I think this episode did a good job at setting up how the rest of the season is possibly going to play out between having Ravona and Miss Minutes being more prominent in these coming episodes,
Yeah.
maybe to become the villains at the end
Yeah, so we're
for them
getting
to deal with.
both of their backstories and motivation, so they could both be either villain or help.
Yeah, right. It's very and if they keep it grey like that, I quite like that.
Yeah.
This episode just seems like a side mission to the main story. I don't
Not
think so
really, because
often.
side missions don't add to characters mostly. Side missions are usually just fillers.
Yeah.
But this adds a lot to the characters of these two.
Mm.
But I would agree that it doesn't add much to the story where it is at the moment per se. But it does add a lot to the story, to the history.
Yeah. Well, see, I would say I think it does add a lot to the story because the where the rest of the story was going is that the TVA is going to blow up because everything's overloading. So they need to get this guy to unlock it. Them
Yeah.
coming here to get him, they could have just came here, got him, and took him back. But the fact that they've given us all this, like letting us see him in action, doing his performance, being a swindler, having that whole scene play out, it just gives you way more backstory on his character. And we want that. I mean, that's what, to me, that type of storytelling is more akin to what, why am I forgetting the show? One Way Out. Why am I forgetting it? Andor. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
type of
yeah,
story Andor would do, is actually a slow burn and build the characters up, give us the conversations between Ravona, Miss Minutes, Kang, give us a chance to see him as a character, not just a faceless, villain. I think is important to build our buy-in to whatever's going to happen later on in the show.
yeah. I think Andor would have had more rounded characters, to be honest. Um, they
Yeah,
would
look,
have
that was
had.
definitely a special thing. But what I mean is they spent more time with the characters rather than
True,
just
true.
getting there, getting him, and going back to the TV.
Yeah,
That's the popcorn, just action scene way. This gave us more depth into the story. They spent time in the world. Like
yeah.
when you look at the worlds they created that they went to, they really put a lot of thought and effort into all the little Easter eggs they put in. They're like the heavy spoilers guy was breaking down Easter eggs in the newspapers for Christ's sake that referred to all these different things and stuff we're not even picking up on that they're putting into the show in the background. That when
Mm.
I watch that stuff, I love watching that stuff because it helps me enjoy the show more. Because I'm like, wow, look at all this stuff that I'm not even picking up on when I'm watching it, but it's there in the world to create this environment that we're watching. I love that shit. Love that shit. Imagine the opening of Inglorious Bastards and Landa about to go discover Shoshana, then Mr. Why are you going to give me these names, bro?
What the hell?
Lapidite going off to milk the cow. Side mission.
What the hell?
It's not a
This
side mission. They had to get him. Ravona wanted to get him. It was a collision of a battle of who wanted to get this guy. It was like it was like a duel of the fates, Anthony. It was a duel of the fates.
Don't try to turn this into something bigger than that.
This
Jewel
is
of
the
the
duel of the
Fates.
fates for
Jewel of the
what
Fates, my
path this
ass.
guy's going to take. Not reaching at all. Either way, that's it, guys. That's all the slides we have for today. Let's give our ratings and maybe some final thoughts. Um, let's see what else I can say in here. I thought y'all went deep on
Yeah, we
QT.
still could
Yeah, but the
do
names,
that,
bro.
to be honest. Still could do it.
He's teasing us though because we were like, "What is that?" I know it's Inglorious Bastards, but those names, come on. Anthony, what would you give this episode then? Now that we've dived into it, what would be your
Oh
rating?
fuck! I would say like an 8.5 out of 10. So that'd be like a 4.25 out of 5 or something.
4.25. Okay, fair play. It was definitely up there. I didn't make the names. Lol, QT did. Yeah.
I forget
Asking
the
me to
names.
pronounce them is dangerous.
I remember
Don't.
hardly anything from Inglorious Bastards, to be honest. I think it's the
It's been a
Quentin
while.
Tarantino movie I've watched the least.
Yeah, me too, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah. I do want to watch his latest one again, with Leo.
yeah.
And that was a good one. To an oh, jeez. He is villainous right now.
Ashy snacks. What the hell? Ashy
Damn.
snacks?
Yeah, when they're eating popcorn in Chicago when they went back,
Oh,
Mobius was
yeah.
telling him to eat the popcorn. See, you loved it off, and you noticed that bit. You remembered that bit. You loved it. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. Boom. Managed.
Managed.
Managed. Often gave it 5 out of 5. I'm going to give it probably a 4.5 for me. Because, again, one of the reasons
Obviously.
why I judge things, obviously, again, I know I'm a tough critic. I know I'm a tough critic. Much like Lukagi, I'm very tough with how I score things. He's given it a 4.5. Great minds think
Cock
alike.
blockers. What?
Cock blockers, yeah. 4.5 cock blockers. um, I'm very harsh, but this one exceeded expectations, and I had to give it a 4.5.
Very harsh.
Very harsh score. 5. See, look, 5 out of 5 for Butch. Butch can't wait. Me and Butch, we think alike. Fantastic show.
Yeah, you're so harsh that every time that I do a video that I'm not that pleased with, I just tell John, I need you to rate this video for me because I feel bad. I feel sad. I need your rating so I feel positive again.
Oh shit. That's what I do. Look, the amount of what's the word? People get me to be their reference for jobs. The amount of job reference calls I get being references for people, I need to
I
start
bet.
charging for it.
I
I
bet,
need to
dude.
start I need to start charging for it. The last job reference I did, the girl got the job. You're welcome. That's what's up.
You're welcome.
Good friend of mine, she got the job. So I'm like, yeah, I was the reference call. You know how I
Yeah.
do. And I'm a salesman. So there you go. John's villain arc has begun. 4.5 out of 5. That is me being a
Villain
villain.
arc.
Talia gives a 4 out of 5. Boom. That's what's up. I need sound effects now. I'm gonna get some sound effects so I can do like those loud horn sounds just to annoy everybody.
You need the videos. You stopped using the videos. We had a couple over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look, I'm
you
just
did
too
the
slow.
trash one. You did the trash one.
I did trash. About 5 hours too late. 4 chalky shakes. Yeah,
Chucky
classic.
shakes.
Often, you're a legend. He's got that down there. Thank you, sir. So,
I don't know where it goes to. Maybe it's like a
yeah,
raunchy
just click
video.
on it. Just click on it. Just click on it, guys. See where it goes. I'm excited for where it's going to go next. Do you think it's going to pick up with? I think it. Well, I think we're going to see Ravona and Miss Minutes doing their thing, and we're going to see the TVA thing happen at the same time. I feel like we're going to see a bit more unfold. I don't
Yeah.
see them um, going anywhere else other than that. It's your Moon Knight video. Boom.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Owen.
Yes,
Love
for those
you.
who haven't seen, Anthony went and did. Anthony tried his best to make it impossible for me to come up with an original idea, an original pose for my posing showcase of Moon Knight. He did
Yeah, rounded down. It was
4,565 poses.
yeah. It's like 45 poses in 5 minutes.
So,
And I was like, dude, I think I exhausted this figure.
so there's that.
So thanks,
45.
Owen.
I'm like, damn. 45? He's great. I
I
need
need
to
to
go
get
get
one
one now.
shocky shakes.
Nice. Remember to hit the like button. Ah, yes, thank you. Everyone, while you're
Thank
here, hit the like
you,
button.
Ellen.
We thank you guys for being here. Look, I love the episode. I'm excited to see where it goes. I actually can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Oh, good question. Now, for those that know, I think a lot of us here are probably into playing the game. Spider-Man 2 has just come
Yeah.
out. I think we're all hyped up for that. One day, I think me and Anthony are going to stream doing video games. Once I can change my setup
Maybe I
so I can
already
stream, I can do it.
repost Miles over here. I don't know if you can see it, but I just
Oh
played
no!
Spider-Man 2 and then I repost
Yep.
Miles.
Hell
Here we
yeah!
go again.
It made me want to pose him up too. I'm like, I need to pose that. He's such a good
And I need
figure,
to
and I've
look up
hardly posed him.
Advanced Suit because I I think I know where it is. I think it's behind all these figures over there in a box still. So I dread
And
getting
then
one.
you get the venom that you've already got, and then you can have a battle. Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
But to answer your question, often I have not started it. So I only just finished Miles yesterday. I literally finished Miles yesterday. So I wanted to finish that first. So I finished it and I uploaded and got it all ready to go. So today, most likely at some point, will be the day that I start Spider-Man 2. I'm super hyped. It looks phenomenal. I've watched a lot of
Dude, it looks great.
making
It looks
ofs and
great.
footage and gameplay, and it just these Spider-Man games are next level. It's literally like
Yeah,
playing a movie.
dude. Yeah, it
Literally,
feels like a movie. This is truly like PS5 generation games.
yeah.
We've had more. The other Spider-Man games were also PS5, right? The upgrade.
Miles was the other one was PS4 first,
It
so
was
I
up,
played.
and it was upgraded afterwards, right?
Uh,
But
it was upgraded, yeah.
but that and Miles didn't feel like PS5 games, but this one does.
Hmm. So I can't wait to see how the gen works because I'm actually also excited to see where the story goes because the end of Miles' story was pretty an emotional end for that story. I thought it was very well done. So I want to see what's going on with his character more. I was actually loving it. The only problem is I didn't get to play it for that long because I only got it to play it and finish it so I could get into this one. That's how far behind I was.
Hmm.
But I'm hyped up. I'm missing some of these chats here. Sorry. Where are we?
Just slacking, bro.
Yeah, how far are you into Spider? So there's that one. God damn. Anthony, ending is amazing. Oh, have you already
Oh,
finished it?
Moon Knight one. No, the Moon Knight one. Thanks.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think the
that was
video.
yeah,
I think the
yeah,
video.
yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
he finished the game
You
yet.
and I was gonna say, can't wait for Victor and Obi to meet. Yeah, I think they're gonna bounce off each other really well. I can see them geeking
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
just creating stuff for sure, Butch. Dislike for the mic not
It
cutting out.
did. It did, dude.
It did?
It did.
Yes. Maybe it just cuts out for you. Maybe you're trying to sabotage me, which reminds me, Andre, where are yeah, where's
Andre, we
Andre
missed
today?
Andre.
Andre, bro. The opening is fire. Ah, don't tempt me. Alternate timeline, yeah. For us to play that. I guess I've channeled Andre today. Maybe you have. Okay, they're gushing about the intro. Miles is basically a DLC. This one, yeah, it was definitely a shorter story. The story on Miles is way shorter than the original Spider-Man game, but that was good because it allowed me to finish it to get onto this. And now I feel better with like I'm all primed in gameplay because I always play it on the hardest level when I play it. I don't really play many games other than these, so I don't have that a lot of gaming experience. But I always play it on the hardest level. I like that challenge to see if I can get through it. And now I feel
Yeah,
like I'm freaking balling with Miles. I'm ready
I
to go.
used to do that, but now I just don't have the time to play it on the hardest level. So I don't anymore.
Yeah, that's why it takes so long. Like that's
Yeah,
why it took me like a year to finish Spider-Man because I don't get to play as often as I like.
yeah.
Because for me, if when I get the time, it's like I'm either I can either do my posing videos or I can play the game, and I always generally choose to do my posing videos. Otherwise, I never get anything done. But for these games, I make an exception. We'll stream it
We
definitely
could
one day.
stream it. We could
I'll
stream it.
I'll change my setup. I'll definitely change my setup. Leave 50% into Spider-Man 2. Still
Thanks, dude.
nice.
Thanks.
Make sure you turn on fall damage then. Yeah, I'm gonna have all that on. I love doing it like that. Like,
Dude,
yeah.
you're
But right
hardcore.
now, bro, I am primed with Miles. I'm so like when I got to the end of that game, I was just destroying people. So I'm hoping so I was ready to just I'm very humble, but I was balling. I'm
It's the
ready to
Volk
go.
coming out. It's the Volk coming out.
The fog coming out. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, fall damage will be on. And I'm looking forward to doing stealing pose ideas from the game with when they're swinging. I want to do like a couple of swinging poses to put in my display
Mm,
when I change the whole Spider-Man display, and I want to get like some really epic ones for Miles. So I know the game
yeah,
has awesome swinging motion.
yeah,
Very cool.
probably,
So
probably.
super excited. But that's it, Anthony. What else you got going on your channel? You just dropped Moon Knight. What else is
Drop
happening?
Moon Knight. Unboxed my two left-handed inner jokers because I thought I was going to do a post tutorial of inner joker, but maybe I'll just start with a purple coat, and I'll just
Mm,
see how Kit or Inart reacts to it. Um, because they only need to ship me one hand, right? Or I'll just do a posing video with two left
yeah.
hand.
I'm pretty sure they should take care of it for you. That's a
I think so. I think
manufacturer's.
so.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
easy
it's a
to do.
QC issue. It's
Yeah.
a QC issue.
What about you on your channel?
Um, hmm. I am working on Black Panther and Killmonger. So I'm
Oh,
basically just
cool.
doing another on the shelf of Black Panther Killmonger with the Panther statue. I've just been experimenting with different ways of doing some poses and then displaying them with the Panther. And then in the video, this time I'm doing it a little bit differently to how I've been doing it on the shelves. I'm doing like I'll do the same pose and I'll change the angles of how I'm displaying it to see what looks better with the Panther sideways, facing forward, things like that. Like how can I display it
Cool.
to look cool? So that's what I'm doing. I've got about 5 poses, 5 scenes left to do on that, which will
Cool.
probably
Cool.
take me
Cool.
another week or so with time.
Mm.
And then I was going to do Moon Knight, but you kind of ruined that for me. So
Now you can play
I'm not
Spider-Man.
going to do now. I can play Spider Man. Yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to do my Iron Man hold Iron Man display and set it up because I have
Dude.
it's just all in disarray. I got figures laying around, so I want to set it all up. I'm going to have the 3 figures from Iron Man 1, the Mark 1 mech test, and the 3 together, and then
Mm,
next to that, I'm going to have the Mark 5 battling Whiplash with the Mark 5 suit up because I haven't even unboxed that. So I'm going to unbox that and I'm going to have him up higher doing the move. So when you look at it visually, you'll have Iron Man and Whiplash entangled battling. And then
mm,
above that in the middle,
yeah.
you'll have the suit up of him as my little dedication to that. So I'm going to do all that. That's going to be fun. I think. I'm scared to put the Mark 5 suit up together. There's a lot of pinching involved. So we'll see how that goes. I don't like pinching.
Pinching.
Uh, Helen says, "When is your
Yeah,
Yelena
so
arriving?"
I don't
Me?
know because I pre-ordered everything. So I just have to wait to wholesale batch. And that takes a long time. So I don't know.
Mm,
But you'll be the first one to know, of course.
hell yeah! I'm just checking if the ISB's up because she wanted to come and say hello on the stream today, and I think she's going to get upset if she's not awake to come and say hello to everybody.
Yeah, we still have time. It's 1 hour and 18 minutes, so you can just play the intro a couple of times again.
Just play the intro, get people to watch the intro. Just going to hang out here for a while, guys, till Mila wakes up because she wants to come and say hello to you. So I'm going to hold you
Just
hostage.
fun. I thought of that. There must be someone with two right hands.
Definitely. Uh, I'm the. To be honest, I'm only
Only
on
on amazing.
amazing. Don't have the
I'm
time
not even
for.
on amazing. I don't have the time, dude. It
Well,
feels like such an investment. I know if I would that I wouldn't play the game anymore. No, because it would feel like such an investment.
well, see, what I like about, I guess, when I sit down to play, I'm okay with taking forever to like finish the
Mm.
game. I think that's where I come in. Like, it'll take me probably months to to get through it, depending on how often I play. And because I have it on the harder level, I take a lot longer too. And look, I don't know what it is. I mean, Anthony, maybe you can break down my mental personality with this. But when I play a video game, for some
Hmm.
reason, my personality is I need to get every achievement, unlock everything, and I need to get 3 stars for everything. And I will do each thing until I get those 3 stars before I move on to the next thing.
You're a
That's why
completionist.
it takes me. That's
You're
why
a
it takes me so
completionist.
long. That's why it takes me so long. Literally, I'll do the training things until I get the highest. I don't pass it once and move on. I have to get all 3, and that takes a long time. I think we have a visitor, guys. I think
Oh,
we
dude.
do. She's in the house. What's going
Hey!
on? You want to wave to
Hi,
everybody?
Mila.
And say hello. Do you want the headphones? You can say hello to Anthony and everybody in the chat.
Hello.
You just wake
Hello,
up.
Mila.
Yeah, okay. Thank you
Play
for
the intro.
visiting.
Play the
Oh,
intro.
she just ran away.
Oh, dude.
uh, everybody says hello, darling. Yeah, so she wanted to come and say hello to everybody. You're her favorite YouTuber. She loves your voice.
Thanks.
And she wanted to say hello to everybody in the chat.
That's so
So
cool.
uh, I am. I don't know why often, but when it comes to a video game, in my mind, I just can't handle not doing it. I don't know what it is. I need someone to figure that out. So everyone's saying hello. Awesome. I'll tell you all you guys said hello. BMG, what's up? BMG
Oh,
Engraving, thanks for
welcome.
being here. Welcome, welcome. I'll tell Millie said hello. I tried Jedi Survivor on the hardest difficulty. If I continued, my PS5 would have been in the fire.
Yeah, so Jedi Survivor is another thing because
Jeez.
now I usually put games on easy setting just because I don't want to be playing the games really. Because if I need to choose a game to play, it'd be League of Legends or Counter Strike 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to breeze through everything else. But Jedi Survivor was too boring at the normal setting. But most games I just prefer going easy or
Yeah.
medium or
Look,
something.
I'm just hardcore, guys. What can I say? I don't know what it is. I'm
Mm.
just
I used to
hardcore
be
like
when I had the time, dude, but not anymore.
yeah. Well, you're doing 1,000 different things at once. You're doing secret missions. You got a toy store. Like you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on. I get it.
And I like
I get
destroying my eldest with Super Smash.
nice. We've got to take you on in Roblox one day. Me and Mila versus you guys. We
Doing
got to take
obbies,
you
yeah.
on. Oh
Yeah.
man, she would destroy both of us. I'm just telling you that now. I don't think we'd stand a chance. I don't stand a chance. She's way too quick for me. The way their little fingers move on the iPad. I'm doing it on the computer like a bloody gazelle. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah, me
keep
too,
up.
me too, me too. You'd
uh,
think it's better, but it doesn't work like that.
yeah. All good, BMG. Oh, they change your name. Ah, there you go. Boom. The case says must find all backpacks. I will find everything. I will find I will take in the photos. I have to. I do all that before the final mission. I can't go into the final
I
mission
do.
until I've done
I'll
all those
just
things.
I'll just first day combo everything.
Yeah, yeah, you're a Mary Sue. You are a Mary Sue in the video game. How dare you?
Yeah, most video games. Just not important video
Uh,
games. Hence the
yeah.
easy difficulty.
Yeah. See, my patience is really good. Like I tend to not get angry. So like even when the game's getting savage, occasionally a swear word might come out, but other than that, I'm okay. I can handle. I won't throw anything at the TV. I'm okay like
It's
that.
not even difficulty for me. It's like I, I even have a hard time just starting a new like
Mm,
streaming series because it feels like such an investment for time I don't have. Let alone playing a
yeah,
game.
I feel you. And speaking of that, we started Ted Lasso because you said I was Ted Lasso, and we
Dude,
absolutely
yeah.
love that show, dude. Holy moly, we've been binging
So
over night
you are
time.
Ted Lasso. Every time I watched it, you are Ted Lasso, and I'm Roy Kent.
You are definitely Roy Kent. You are definitely Roy Kent. Jesus Christ. We were watching, and I said to Lani like an episode, and I'm like, oh my god, that's how they think I am. I'm Ted Lasso.
You're literally a diamond dog, dude.
Oh man, if you guys haven't, it's such a fun show. It we've like we've cried so many times in this show. It's ridiculous. Tears of joy. I know Anthony, you've probably cried a few times too, but it's such a well done show. It just hits you in the feels. Nothing like a sports show to hit you in the feels and give you all those emotions. It's so good. We love it. FYI, Anthony has never cried and probably thinks I'm crazy for crying at that show, but it's so good.
So there was a funny thing is, last week I was watching a Boruto episode where he was meeting Naruto when he was younger, and
Yeah.
that if there was something that could pull tears, it would have been that.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, it's done
Wow.
so well. It's really done well.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've got to see that. I have to know what the thing is that nearly made the air around your eyeball consider getting moist.
Yeah, so
I need
for
to-
like decades, I could say there was only one movie that almost did it, and it was Grave of the Fireflies by Studio Ghibli.
Mm-hmm.
You should watch it because
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
it's a good movie. Um,
That's the one. That's the
but
one.
yeah, Boruto could also do
Holy moly! Justice for Anthony's heart.
it.
Can immediately force pull 5 cups at once, Anthony.
5 cups.
You're
Oh, the
Sabine. You're
cups.
Sabine
The
in
cups.
Spider-Man.
The cups are epic.
That's a good one.
Help us out, Sabine, while riding a horse.
Please.
Well, we already have Ezra. Help us
Yeah.
out.
And I will watch that. That is on the list. Often One Piece is on the list.
Dude,
We will
if we're
get around
talking
to
about
that.
investments, One Piece is an investment.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
maybe
the
Netflix
live
one.
action.
Maybe
I'll
the
watch the
Netflix
net.
one, yeah. It's also cool.
Yeah, I'll watch the Netflix one. That'll be it for me. I've heard conflicting things. A few people that like it, a few people that don't like it, who both have watched the originals. So I'll make up my own mind when I watch it. But interesting to see that. I can imagine, and I understand that it would be hard to match what all the information that's put into the cartoons or into the anime. Sorry. So yeah, I get that, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Well, I think that's about it, guys. We'll let you lovely people go and enjoy your weekends. We'll be back next weekend for episode 4. Which, man, I am. Look, I
So I
hate
won't be
having
back
to
though.
wait.
I'll
Oh
be on a
shit!
mission again next weekend, and I think that'll be my last mission for a couple of weeks.
Last mission for a while.
Yeah.
Well, at least you'll be
So
back for episode 5 and 6.
yeah,
So that's okay.
we should ask
We need
DS
to.
again. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
I'll call into
Hope I
DS.
hope he can. Hope he can. Then we
Why are
don't
we
need the
canceling?
meme because you'll have to live meme.
He's
It's
gonna love the
trash.
epised.
It's
He's gonna
trash.
love the episode. He was
Trash.
loving the episode when he was on here with me. He loved it. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day, Helen.
Have a
And why are
great
we
week,
canceling
everyone.
me? What? Yeah, why am I getting cancelled?
John.
Hey, that was last
Why
week.
are you? Why again?
Let's not relive it. Let's not rehash it. The girls are up. I don't want to put myself in the doghouse again.
Dude, I
No
remember
snitching.
that it happened, but I don't know why again.
Yeah, let's forget. I think it was Often that said it. It wasn't me. Maybe it was Andre. Maybe Andre got cancelled. That's what happened to Andre. Andre, we miss you. Where you at, bro?
Andre got cancelled.
Yeah. Andre got cancelled. DS gave Loki 5 out of 5. He did, right? DS. You guys like having DS on the show. I thought he did a great job. So with these positive reviews, we're a dynamic duo of
That was a fun
positivity in
stream,
that
dude.
episode. So we'll get him to help out. We'll miss you again next week, but it sounds
Mine
like
is
you're gonna have a
flat.
fun time. Was it? It was mine. Well, I can't remember. No, I think he gave it like 2.5, maybe 3 out of 5. No, 3.5.
Something
I
like
think
that.
it's definitely like a
2.5.
4 or a 5.
I
I'm
think
pretty sure it was a
2.5.
4 or 5. I think it was
2.5.
definitely a 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah, he was ruthless on Ahsoka.
He was ruthless on Ahsoka. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what this episode's going to be like. But I have now full confidence of where they're going. I'm all in. The way they've just presented these 3 episodes, I've really enjoyed it. And I'm just vibing with everything they're doing, chemistry-wise with all the characters.
Yeah.
So you add on everything else. It's been a fun ride. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Looking forward to coming back next week and chatting with you all about it. Have a great week. From us here in the Rundown Studios, we will see you next week.